Welcome back, trainers. So the time has come to do the power of Torterra. Now, what is my impression on this Pokemon? We're going to go over all of that and how I feel about it, okay? And should you power one up as well. And then at the very end, we're going to have a bit of trouble. Torterra just can't do it on its own. It's got to call in for some reinforcements, the other Gen 4 starters, Infernape and Empoleon. So I'm going to also give you a quick overview of what I think about those Pokemon towards the end as well. It's crazy. Yes, a lucky one. Look at that. And there you go. There's a sneak peek. Do you see that Staraptor? Oh, yeah. That's coming up next, folks. And I know there's a lot of stuff coming down the pike. We have Metagross Community Day, Halloween event to be announced soon with possibly Giratina coming in. A lot of stuff, so I need to get this out of the way. All right, so yes, I've been doing great, looking good. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Hey, Torterra. This thing is pretty interesting. Grass and ground type. All right, looks pretty cool, right? This is the Pokemon that I picked when Platinum did come out. I went with this one here. And like I stated before, I kind of regretted it because my friend picked Empoleon and destroyed me with, yeah, that thing. Anyways, so it's going to have a max CP of 2,934, attack 202, defense 188, and stamina 216. Fairly rounded Pokemon here. Highly defensive. Attack is on the lower end, but we're going to discuss that as far as is it going to outperform Venusaur? And the answer is yes, once it receives its Community Day move, because Venusaur's attack is slightly less than Torterra's here. Now let's go ahead and go over its weaknesses and resistances. It's going to be weak to Bug, Fire, Flying, and Ice. It's going to be 4 times weak to Ice because it is Grass and Ground type, so it has to look out for that. On the flip side, it does have a move to sort of counter those ice types, which we'll go over. It's going to be resisting electric, ground, and rock types, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at its best moveset here. We have Razor Leaf, Solar Beam, Bite, Solar Beam, Razor Leaf, Earthquake, Razor Leaf, Stone Edge, Bite, Earthquake, and Bite, Stone Edge. All right, now personally, what do I think you should drop in a gym with the moveset? Let's go ahead and go over the moves really quick, and I'll discuss that. We have Bite and Razor Leaf for its quick moves. Charge moves are going to be Stone Edge, Solar Beam, and Earthquake. Now, if you want to drop it in a gym, I recommend Razor Leaf and Stone Edge. Stone Edge comes and hits hard, bam, right? And it does a lot of damage. Solar Beam is decent. It does massive, massive damage. You're going to be getting stabbed because you are Grass type. The windup is very slow, which is going to give the person, the trainer attacking that gym, the opportunity to know when to dodge. Stone Edge is not forgiving whatsoever. It just comes in. You literally have to know within your mind, okay, this thing is going to have its charge move any second. I should get ready to dodge. Solar Beam, on the other hand, very slow. Same with Earthquake. You're going to be getting stabbed with Earthquake. As far as a good offensive ground type Pokemon, it doesn't have a ground quick move. Therefore, it's not going to be getting the maximum, ground type attack bonus that it can get. So you want to maybe skip out on that. Although it's not horrible, I wouldn't recommend dropping it in gym with Earthquake. Definitely not. Solely Stone Edge and Solar Beam. Okay. Now, if you're going to be using this as an attacker, you're going to see 2 different variances here. We're going to go in with Stone Edge the first time, and then we're going to go in with Solar Beam. You're going to see Solar Beam has a bit of struggling. I don't really show everything, but when it goes up against the Venusaur, the Dragonite, it has massive trouble because, well, Grass is not super effective. Actually, Dragonite is resisting that. Stone Edge is going to be super effective. You have a bit of coverage there. So that's why I personally will go with Razor Leaf and Stone Edge for a gym defender and a attacker. Currently, once it receives its Community Day move, obviously you're going to go with that and make it a pure grass attacker. It's going to be outperforming even Venusaur. And remember, do not go and evolve a whole bunch of these because you need to save them for the Community Day down the line in the future, so you'll be ready. But as of now, do I say you should evolve and power up 1? Well, let's continue on and I'll give you my full answer. As far as it being as good as a Venusaur, yes, as we went over, it has higher attack. So if it receives a nice Community Day move, which obviously it will, then it's going to be outperforming Venusaur. So just keep that in mind. Plant Frenzy or Grass Plague. Probably going to be Plant Frenzy, so there you go. Torterra is literally on par with Venusaur. Actually, it's above with higher attack. All right, time to do a little bit of comparing. To the right, we have Venusaur. To the left, we have Torterra. All right, so we can clearly see the stats here. Now remember, Venusaur is going to get a buff because all of the Gen 4 Pokemon have undergone that transformation, you could say, already, because they just came out with their rework. The older Pokemon, Gen 1, 2, and 3, still need to have that rework done, but keep in mind also that the attack stat isn't going anywhere. Venusaur is going to probably land around 27 or so once it gets its rework. We'll just have to see, though. But anyways, let's focus on the attack, right? So for Torterra, we have 202, and then Venusaur, we have 198. So, I mean, it's above by just a little bit. It does have Razor Leaf, which is a perfect combination for that, and it does have Solar Beam. And like I said, if it does receive that Community Day move, it's going to be put on the map for Grass-type Pokemon. Now, as you're going to see right here, going up against this Blissey, it was receiving a bit of trouble. Now, the trouble wasn't survivability, it was just trying to get off enough DPS before that clock ran out. Now, this isn't even a completely maxed out one, and if I approached it differently, say this Blissey had Hyper Beam, right, and Pound, I would be able to finish it a lot quicker, and probably with more health as well. And it could probably even be a level 39 or 40 Blissey, and I would be able to take it out. And I will bring you that test in the future, so keep an eye out for that. Now, let's compare it to Sceptile here. Alright, so Torterra may be outperforming Venusaur, but it's definitely not going to be outperforming Sceptile when it does receive its Community Day move, of course, alright? Because Sceptile is sitting at 223 attack, and then you have Torterra at 202. So, yes, the defense for Torterra is up by 8, which is not much at all. The stamina, though, that's where it's shining. It has a lot of HP compared to Sceptile. But Sceptile is still a fairly good Pokemon, and when it does receive its Community Day move, it will be outperforming. Now, I'm not putting Meganium on here because it's all the way at the bottom. It's not good, unfortunately. Very pretty Pokemon, you know, very cute and lovey, but it's just not a killer like these guys here. So there you have it for this. Now, we're going to go ahead and discuss my thoughts on the Gen 4 Pokemon and which ones I think you should really power up, and Torterra as well. Okay, so let's go over all of the Gen 4 starters: Infernape, Empoleon, and Torterra. Now, I'm going in here with these because there's no way that Torterra was able to get through this Blissey and then actually go through that Dragonite with Solar Beam, because that Dragonite's resisting it. It's just not happening. And it's actually good Dragonite. You know who you are who had that. You'll see the name. It had Dragon Pulse, which is really good. Anyway, so Infernape, let's discuss this. As you can see, it's making great work with this Blissey here, but that's only a 19, and we're going to go to when they completely max it out after this. I'm going to have some music play. You can enjoy that. Infernape, should we power it up? Should you? If you like this Pokemon, the design is amazing. Fan favorite. It was really good in the main series games, and it's okay in Pokemon Go. The only problem is we have no speed, and that's what Infernape was, you know, good for. It's high attack and speed. It gets in there, it hits hard, it gets the job done, and then it falls after it's done a massive amount of damage or whatever it needed to do in that situation. In Pokemon Go, there is no speed, so therefore it's only relying on its attack. So the glass cannons are usually very high in speed, so they're just getting gypped on that aspect completely. So where am I going with this? Well, there's no speed. Infernape is a glass cannon. It's outperformed by other types: Blaziken, Machamp, Arcanine, Charizard. It's just going to go on and on. When it receives its Community Day move, it will rise up in the ranks, of course. But for now, I say, if you must, go ahead and have fun with one. But that's the only thing you need currently, because you're just going to waste your Stardust and candies, okay? Now let's talk about Empoleon. I am the most impressed with that one. And if you're shaking your head like, what are you talking about? Well, that's just the way I feel. I've done many tests. It's taken out a 3100 Blissey with Dazzling Gleam, guys. And it took a few Dazzling Gleams to the face. How does that even work? That thing is a beast. It's Steel type. The move Waterfall is very strong. Hydro Pump, very good as well. Blizzard is what I'm currently using for coverage, and that works amazingly. So, Empoleon currently is a go. Yeah, power one up. Have fun with that for sure. As far as powering up multiple of them, don't do that. If you get lucky Piplups, you know, a couple of them, you know, power up one of them for now, have fun with it, save them for the Community Days in the future. Yes, I know those are going to be in a while, but trust me, it's better to save and be smart about it now. What's the point of powering up multiple? Why? There's things that are going to outperform Empoleon. It's fun to use. It has those resistances for certain situations for the challenge, right? This isn't for the average person to just power up and say, oh, I'm going to destroy everything. You have to be real specific with what you're trying to do with it. And PvP, it could have great potential. All right. So anyways, let's go on to Torterra. And Empoleon, let me give you a clear answer. Yeah, power 1 up, and that's it. Okay. Have fun with it. Wait till the community day. That's what you want to do for most of these starters. Okay, just use 1 until the community day comes around. Otherwise, you're going to be stacked when that comes around, and those are the people who are like, more backspace. Why? Oh, because I, evolved 7 of those other ones, and now community day rolls around. I need to evolve 7 more. So, Torterra. Yeah, I don't know. It's very tempting. I mean, everybody wants them. You're going to have it for a dex entry, so of course you're probably going to eventually have one, but should you power it up? It's up to you if you have a lot of resources to have fun with it. It's pretty tanky. When I went up against it while it was in a gym, it actually held its own fairly well. Now, if I was to use highly super effective moves, of course it will go down, but let's be realistic. We can't always rely on the best of the best attackers. We are on this channel. This is what we do. We like to use other Pokemon other than top tiers, new Pokemon. I'm not trying to be rude. It is what it is, right? I see a lot of people making PvP videos, and it's like legendary, 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 legendary. Are you serious? Pussy. Like, come on, really? Make a team without legendaries, because I'm gonna laugh as soon as it does come out, and you have to reach a certain cap of CP, 10,000 maximum total for your whole team, and the rules are gonna say like no legendaries or 1 legendary. Like, have fun with that. Anyways, trainers, looks like I talked through the whole duration of this video. Gen 4 starters are pretty solid. With that said, I'll be catch you all next time.